Hey guys, one much other video on the Inside Spurs channel. Oh, there we go. Turn my mic up a little bit. Obviously, Spurs just playing this afternoon in a 2-1 loss at home to Leicester. Going to be talking about the game. We are going to be talking about the game. I'm going to be talking about a few things from that game that are extremely apparent, extremely clear. I've got some things that I've tweeted out that I want to talk about as well. I've got some. I've said in the Discord. I said I'm going to cook. I'm going to cook in this video. I'm fed up. I'm severely fed up with everything in this club. I'm gonna be real. Everything in this club, I'm severely fed up with. Let's talk about the game really quickly before I go on an absolute tirade and an absolute cookout session. Afternoon all, by the way. I know you people aren't at fault for ruining my day, but afternoon to you all. And if you are watching this back and you're not live, afternoon as well to you. Spurs losing 2-1. Obviously, first half at 1-0. Second half, we decided let's stay in the changing rooms. It's a lot warmer than playing out there. We're 2-1 down in 5 minutes in the second half. We have Pedro Porro and Bentancur playing some of the worst football between them each. We've got Ben Davies and Dragic too scared to attack the guy just running free at our goal and shooting from distance. We're bringing on players like Sergio Reguilon, who can't keep a cross in play, can't link up passes very well. We really got so many issues, and people going, "Why do you bring on Richarlison?" It's like, yeah, no, let's run Richarlison into the ground even further, shall we? We do it to every other player, so why don't we just do it to one more? What harm is it? Let's run him into the ground. Look, we didn't play well in the second half. We were rubbish. We were crap. Going to be real, we were crap. I don't even think we were great in the first half, but we're 1-0 up. 6-yard box, so not one but two players to score. That would be lovely as well. That would be lovely as well. Yeah. Do you know what? I actually don't want to talk about the game very much because I actually want to go on a cookout. I'm going on a cookout. The game was crap. I don't need to tell you the game was crap. You know it was crap. Today was the first time we truly heard loudly anti-Daniel Levy chants. Levy out, get out of our club, X, Y, and Z. You heard them. Okay. That wasn't a surround system playing it as a joke. No, those are fans shouting that. There are banners in the stadium at the moment talking about 24 years at the club and you've done next to nothing to show with success. Oh yeah, but he built that stadium and look at our training ground and look at the go-kart and he wants to build that hotel. They asked him at fan forums, your three biggest things that you have taken from this club in terms of your biggest moments. He didn't put down winning the Carling Cup. Now, I don't know about you. I'm 28 years old. I'm 29 in just under a month now, okay? My biggest moment as a Spurs fan is winning that Carling Cup, which is sad, right? It's sad. We're playing against a team today who's been relegated, promoted, relegated and promoted, all that stuff. They've won a Premier League. They've won an FA Cup. They've done more whilst also being relegated than we have. That's a problem. That is a problem. So look, we have got very vocal. Well, I don't even think it's enough of a majority of fans. I think there's a lot of fans that just go and they just want to just watch a game of football. And they're all the power in the world to them, all the power in the world. And then they will complain about something about Ange or the players, and you go, "Yeah, okay, yeah, not going to take you any seriously here." But there was those chants. There was boos at the end of the ground, at the end of the stadium, right? In the stadium, at the end of the game, there was boos, right? The surround system starts blaring out music to drown it out. And I said, I tweeted this, right? I tweeted this. I said, because Alistair Gold put out, loudest I've heard the Levy out chants at a game here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The post-match music is pumped out loudly, but they were at various points throughout the game. I just quote tweeted it and I said, look at this. Spurs have a dictatorship. The owner does not want to hear anything against him. So they blare the music to drown it out. He does not care about this club. He does not care about the fans. And that is just factual. He does not care. This man was arrogant enough at a fan forum to say, we've got our Tottenham back. That is sheer arrogance. And he takes this club and these fans for fools. He is the number one issue in this club. I don't care if you think it's the medical team. I don't care if you think it's Ange. I don't care if you think it's Jed Spence, Christian Romero, James Maddison, whoever, Heung-Min. I don't care who you think. The number one issue, factually, is the guy in charge. Right now in the top four includes a sacked Spurs manager that was here for 2 months. Just go over to Italy quickly. Top 2 in Italy right now includes Antonio Conte, who got sacked from this club. And Pete, the revisionism of Antonio Conte is, you know, look at his comments. He was right. Yes, he was also a coward because he didn't stay and stand by those comments. Daniel Levy probably put his thumb on him and he absolutely balked at it. So yes, he was right. And I agreed with him. And you can go back in the videos. I said he was right, but he's probably going to get sacked for it. He was right. And then he hid and got scared. He would look like much more of a legend, regardless of the absolutely horrific football we had to witness underneath him. He was right. And if he'd stayed with those comments and got the sack, it didn't matter because he got sacked not long afterwards. He would have looked even better for those comments. You have ex-managers, you have ex-players all coming out and saying, there is a cap on what Spurs can do because they don't want to take that leap. They don't want to be fighting with Man Cities and Chelsea's. I mean, look at all right, Man City's as a weird one, right? Chelsea. They got his new owner. He didn't really understand what he was doing, but he was spending money. He was like, I'm going to spend money. I want to try and give you the players you need to be successful. Yeah, okay, they weren't great. Yes, I understand that, but you're not great every single game. But the guy spent money because he's trying. Abramovich spent money because he was trying and he wanted to compete and he wanted to win. You've got even Arsenal with the Cronkies. They're trying to win. He's one of the best owners in the NFL with the Rams. They want to win. They're trying to win. Spurs is Manchester United. That's who they are. It's not about success. It's not about winning trophies. For them, the trophy is fourth. However you can get into the Champions League, that is the trophy. It doesn't matter if it's the Europa League. It doesn't matter if it's just sneaking in the back door or paying UEFA money so we can just join up for that fee. The whole thing is fourth, because if you can get fourth, you get Champions League football. With Champions League football, you can then charge more money. You earn more money in revenue from TV rights. You earn obviously more money through higher league finishing. That gives you more money as well. This is a man who arrogantly leaked to ITKs. We're trying our best. We're going to support Ange this month. We're going to help him. We're 4 weeks into this window. We've signed no outfield players. They're not helping Ange. They don't want to help Ange. What they want is Ange to lose in the Carling Cup against Liverpool. They didn't want him to get through in the Europa League, by the way. They don't want him to get through in the Europa League. Or what they truly to not go through in the Carling Cup, right? So that means they've got a real reason to get rid of him. They want to go into the playoffs of the Europa League. So then he can go, well, you didn't even get top 8. Get him gone. The new manager comes in. He beats some crap team in the playoffs. So they get through into the knockouts of the Europa League. And he goes, look at Romero's back now. And Van der Ven's back now. And Doggy's not far back. And look at all these guys. And he treats them like new signings because he's cheap. I have a feeling Ange wouldn't mind moving on from Richarlison because he wants maybe someone else, which is totally his right. He's a manager. He feels like he might want something, right? And I can guarantee you Daniel Levy's gone, no. We spent money on him. You've got to make that work. That shows you a man that does not care about this club. He doesn't care about football. I'm not saying Richarlison's a bad player, by the way. Don't take my words and try and spin them into what you think. I actually think Richarlison's a decent player. It's good goals day. But you cannot tell me that that man is trying to help this club. Forget if you think he wants Ange. Forget if you think he should back Ange. Forget if you think Ange should even be here. It's really irrelevant for this single point. If you want to have success, you back the club. Regardless of the manager, you back the club. He didn't back Redknapp. He didn't back Poch. He didn't back Mourinho. He didn't back Conte. He didn't back Nuno. He didn't back any one of these managers. Martin Jol, AVB, you name it, he didn't back them. Hell, he probably put his own son in charge and he wouldn't back him either. He doesn't care. I have a true feeling that ENIC actually wouldn't mind selling. I don't think they really care anymore. We'll take our money, we'll run. We've made loads of money. You know, we can get multiple billions out of this. Yeah, just sell it. We'll be all right with it. And I think Daniel Levy's going, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Because we think we can get more. We can get more. If we do a minority ownership, we can get more. It's what is happening at Man United. And I've said this so many times, and maybe you're bored of me talking about this point, but this point is so relevant right now. Man United, riddled with debt, big stadium, big brand, Spurs, riddled with debt, big stadium, big brand, right? So we're across the board, we're parallels. Dig a bit deeper, crap playing squad, dig a bit deeper. Not really backing the manager, dig a bit deeper. They don't want to sign new players because that costs money. And what they do is they extend players like Phil Jones and give him a 5-year deal. They don't want to spend money on players. They want to give contract extensions to players that don't deserve it because it's cheaper. If I keep going through the list, you cannot tell me that the comparisons are there. We are just a cheaper version of Man United. It's just embarrassing. This whole club, I'm so fed up with this whole club. I'm fed up with the manipulation, the neglecting of the squad. I mean, I'm sorry, but how did he not look? When did we play Everton? Sorry, I just want to get the date up so it gives me a bit of a backup here. Everton. It was the 19th. That's a week ago. Okay, right. So 19th of January. We are just over half the window gone by that point. Okay, so halfway, we'll call it the 16th of January. You could say the 17th just over, but you know what I mean. 16th, 17th, something in there, right? So we're just over halfway. We've not signed an outfield player. We then have a situation that Jed Spence has picked up a knock in that game, right? Basuma's had a knock. Sarr's got a bit of a knock. You're playing a centre half who's a centre mid, who play at right back, who's playing at left back, who's playing at centre back. You're playing a left back who's playing at centre back. And the arrogance to say, yeah, we don't need another player. Well, Romero's back in training. There's a thumbs up. You enjoy that one. That's from me. I'll smile about that thumbs up. But he's probably looking at Romero. Romero's back in training. Oh, Van der Ven's back in training. Well, that's 2 new centre halves. That's like 2 new signings. The bald guy's an idiot. I'm just flat out, he's an idiot. He hasn't got a clue what it takes to win. What he does have a clue is how to get that balance sheet to look good and how do I get my bonus and how do I earn my wage? He's the highest paid chairman in football. What has he done to deserve it? Now, I might understand Man City's CEO getting paid 5 or 6 million. You go and, you know what? You do well. You work hard. I'd tell you what. Okay, we only won 1 trophy this year, but we won the treble a couple of years ago. You know, you've had a bit of retooling. We're good to go next year. We're going to win a double, right? You look at, I mean, Edu when he was at Arsenal, they finished 8th 3 years in a row, top 4. Right, trying. You know, there was some really shrewd business. Saliba, Gabriel, right? Some Martin Odegaard on loan. That's shrewd bit of business. Trying to be innovative, right? Trying to do lots of different things. Okay. There's some ambition. They spent £100 million on Declan Rice. Whether you think he's a good player or not, there's some ambition. Liverpool sold Philippe Coutinho for what, 140 million, right? Compare that to when we sold Gareth Bale. We signed players like Vlad Chiriches, Nasser Chadli. They signed Alisson and Virgil van Dijk. Can we just spot where there's a serious issue? The money that he spends is crap, but he does a terrible job about it. And then because he's done such a terrible job at spending his money, he then refuses to spend money elsewhere. There's a cash flow problem. Do you know what? If you're a Levy supporter, then all kudos to you. Not a problem. You're more than entitled to your opinion. But do not ever complain about the manager and do not ever complain about the players that play in this football club. Simple as that. You think too, 2016 region, just that region, all right? I'm not saying exactly that year, just that region. We are this close to winning Premier Leagues. A couple of years later, we're this close to winning a Champions League. We're in FA Cup semi-finals, Carling Cup semi-finals, or League Cup semi-finals, right? We're this close. We're always this close. We're a toe away. It's like watching a sprinter, you know, and he's this close from winning the race. And what did we do? Nothing. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results. That's what he's doing. He's thinking he's going to get different results when he does the exact same thing each time. 24 years in charge. There are people at this football club who are playing for this football club, may I have, that aren't as old as Daniel Levy's ownership at Spurs. Some of them have never seen us win a trophy. 8th highest revenue in world football. There's that. There's that. Now, there's so much more. There's just so much more I could go on a cookout here because I said other things. You know, calling him a dictator, that probably is being nice. That's being nice. I'll be real. I'm being really nice by calling him a dictator because you can call him a hell of a lot worse. You know, I said, for fact, in 2025, we can't fill out our substitutes bench. We have players who can't legally buy alcohol filling it. Reguilon is still at the club. If that doesn't show you that Levy is the problem and needs removing, I will never know if you could ever understand this. There are players, I can't stress this enough. In England, you may not be from England, watch this, so give you a heads up. In England, you have to be 18 to legally buy alcohol, okay? You have to show ID. You have to get your ID out. They check it. There's your date of birth. Yep, you're 18. All good. There's players on that bench that cannot buy alcohol. There's a rule in this country. It's really weird. I think it's 16 to buy certain energy drinks, like Monsters, right? There's players on that bench who can just about buy a Monster. 8th highest revenue in the world, by the way. Can I stress that enough? 8th highest revenue in the world, and it's only going up. We're getting more and more events every single year at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We are obviously having loads of football at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium because obviously in Europe as well, you then get extra games. All right. We've already played what? 36 games, is it this season? Or 30, something like 36. We played 41 last year. We had injury issues last year playing one a week. What did he think was going to happen when we started playing 3 times a week? It'd be all right. It was a freak situation. It's voodoo. It's what it is. I'm honestly beyond fuming. My head is gone. My head is hot and it is gone at how pathetic of an ownership we have. I mean, you look at the summer signings, Dominic Solanke, Archie Gray, Wilson Odobert, Antonin Kinski, who I'm going to consider just as, you know what I mean, Yang, who came and joined in January, and Lucas Bergvall. Now, Lucas Bergvall and Archie Gray, I don't think we're supposed to get the minutes they were going to get because I think the idea was to bring them on slowly and help them develop. Now, obviously, they've had to play because we decide that, oh, actually, we've got about 1 billion injuries all at once. You then fact, Wilson Odobert picked up a long-term injury. He picked up the long-term injury a very long time ago. Solanke's out until March. I mean, what was that report? Have I got it here? Spurs saw bringing in a new forward this month as a priority even before Solanke's injury, but their league position and salary structure have made it difficult to attract the caliber of player they want. I'll rephrase it. If you can't really understand, I'll rephrase that for you. I don't want to spend the money. I'm cheap. What are we bothering? Why do we bother as fans? I've got Johan Lang sitting. He's sitting in the stand up high like this. My brother, you work in quiet. You do stealthy deals. You're not working. There's a difference between working in quiet and working. You're not working. A sloth moves quicker than Johan Lang. A sloth moves quicker. A snail moves quicker than Johan Lang. He has done I'll be frank, he's done a terrible job. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I really hate being negative. And if you've ever watched me for long enough, you know I'm not a negative person. But I'm so fed up with people at this club being paid a good wage to work 9 to 5, if that, Monday to Friday, where in reality, they're not working. They stand around the water cooler going, you know, "Well, this week, anything nice? Oh, you seen the family, are you? Yeah, no, I'm just gonna have a nice chill one. Oh, okay, I'll see you in a bit." Waddle back to their desk. My brother, do something. You said you were going to back Ange. I don't care now anymore about this backing Ange. Like, you back the club. That's the important thing here. Ange will come and go. Johan Lang will come and go. Daniel Levy, thankfully, will come and go at some point. Back the football club. I don't care anymore about, oh, is the manager going to be here in a month? I don't care. The football club is. Back the football club. Give us something. Give us something. You know what I mean? So look, I feel somewhat better about that me ranting now, to be fair. I don't think anyone really I mean, you'll get people that will slag Ange, and Ange does have a hand in this. I'm not going to deny it. I have been an Ange supporter, but you have to hang some of this blame at his door. Of course you do. Of course you do. He's the manager. You have to. You can hang some of this at some of the players' fault. Absolutely. They're tired. I get that. But you can also hang blame at them still. I mean, I've got Pedro Porro shooting from Maicon-esque angles when he could just pass the ball 6 yards sideways for someone to score a nice, easy tap in. My last point on this, because I've rambled, I've been miserable, all right? And as you know, because I'm still smiling, that every negative has a positive if you're willing to find it. The positive for me is knowing that the fan base is just turning on Daniel Levy. That's the positive in this situation for me now. Like I said, I don't give a rat's ass if you're an Ange or an Ange out guy. I don't care. I think we'd all come together and say, I think I'm Daniel Levy out. I think that's fair. And there'll be some people going, Ange is the issue, Andy. Ange is the issue. And I go, cool. You want Daniel Levy to say them. That's fine. That's on you. If your first point of call is put that at the manager and not the owner, who's been here for 24 years and done shaggle to try and help this squad, then fair enough. You want Daniel Levy here, and that's on you. And not a problem. You're more than welcome to your opinion. I don't want to hear it, but you're more than welcome to your opinion. Okay. So look, my last point. Sorry, I was about to go for it, but my last point. Okay. This substitute bench thing is really, really irking me. Now, Basuma obviously was on it. He clearly wasn't fit. He was just about good enough to put on some shin pads. He evidently he's not 100% fit. Okay. Because if he was 100% fit, he would have come on. He would have come on. Okay. You've got, what was the substitute bench? Where is it? Here we go. Right. The substitute bench. You had Sergio Reguilon, who got booked, by the way, for a shoulder barge. Okay. Will Lancashire, Mikey Moore, Yves Bissouma, Yang's on the bench, Brandon Austin, Ajayi, and Olusesi. We didn't fill out the substitute bench, by the way. we didn't fill out the substitute bench. And people, and I think, by the way, I will say, I think Maddison was going to be back on the substitute bench, but did have to come off the bench because he wasn't okay. And I think it was a game time decision. And I totally get that. You know, it is what it is. But the fact you can't fill out a substitute bench, the fact that you've got guys on there, like I said, who could barely legally buy an energy drink, who they can't buy a pint at a pub. I mean, the fact that I'm one of the oldest players in that squad if I was playing. I'm 28. I'm not old. I might look it, and I won't deny that I might look it, and I might sound it because I'm grumpy today. I don't care about Patrick Lecce. Patrick Dorgu's starting for Lecce. Why am I saying that? Yeah, sorry. I'm one of the oldest players in that squad. That's not right. I mean, I'm older than Bentancur, Bissouma, Maddison. Who else is fairly? Solanke, Romero, Porro. I mean, Porro's one of the oldest defenders we have at 25. That's not normal. That's not right. Mulder the Vicario. Like, there's only, I genuinely think, other than Forster, who obviously, yeah, everyone knows he's older than me. I think it's only Son and Ben Davies who are older than me. That says a lot. That's bonkers. That's not getting a squad that can fight. That is if we buy them young, they're cheaper. And then what we'll do is give them like 7-year deals, right? So therefore, we don't have to give them a new deal because they're going to be locked in for years. And if they do move, it's going to be in 5 years. And then what we'll do is we'll buy another youngster and we'll just replace them. But Daniel, what about like, you know, this guy? Yeah, he's a bit more expensive, but like, he's ready to go right now. Oh, what? No, he's more expensive. It's like the power of Christ compels you. It's like he's seen a vampire and he's throwing holy water at it. The power of Christ compels you. That's what he's doing. I mean, the fact that, like, I read this again, and I cannot stress enough how bonkers this quote is. Spurs saw bringing in a new forward this month, January, we're talking about this month, as a priority even before Solanke's injury. But their league position and salary structure have made it difficult to attract the caliber of player they want. Do you know how you attract players? This is bonkers, right? This might blow a few people's minds. Do you know how you attract players? You pay some wages. We did that Deloitte list where you've got clubs paying nearly 100% of their revenue just to wages. You know, you've got people going up in their percentage of revenue for their wages, and Spurs is letting their fall. 8th highest revenue earning club in the world. And I think we'll probably go up in that list a little bit more as well, by the way, just because of the stadium itself. The only reason they're not signing players in January is because they're cheap. It's not about Ange. It's not about you. I mean, you're being you. Yeah, you. You probably just went, what, Andy, me? Andy, you talking to me? I'm like, yeah, I'm talking to you. There's no one else in the room. I only see you. No, I'm joking. You've got him not wanting him to care about this club, not caring about you as a person, as a fan. He doesn't care about Ange. He doesn't care about these players. I mean, if a man had any heart, he'd look at those players that were down on that pitch today and go, Jesus Christ, they're dead, aren't they? There's just nothing left of these players. They are shattered. You looked at Hoffenheim in the week, right? And you're thinking, well, you know, you'd have the ability then to rotate for the weekend. No. Those players that played in the week had to play again at the weekend. And guess what? They had to play the week before as well. And they had to play the weekend before that, and the week before that, and the weekend. You see what I mean? It's the same 13 or 14 players. You can't rotate. There is no rotating options. Help the club. Like I said, I'm rephrasing it from helping Ange or helping us. Just help the club. You twerked at the fan forum and said, we got our Tottenham back. This is my last point before I go off, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of my evening, and I might have to walk my dog to clean my head and get rained on. You twerked at a fan forum saying, we got our Tottenham back. Basically digging at Conte's and Mourinho's of the past, right? We got our Tottenham back. If you had a loved one, right, and let's say things weren't going well with that loved one, but then it turned around and you're like, yeah, do you know what? We're back to a really good place, that they and I, okay? Whoever your partner might be, call it a partner. Back to a really good place, they and I. And you know, they start having a few late nights at work. They got to do work's a bit harder. So what they ask you is like, look, I need a bit of help at home. You know, do you mind putting the bins out? Do you mind doing the washing up? Do you mind phoning up that company to sort that? And you go, I hear you. I hear you. I've got a glass of water, and you're like, well, thanks. I mean, it's nice. I probably could do with some hydration, but like, yeah, but can you still, you know, take the bins out? Can you call that company? He's like, I hear you. Here's a snack. And you're like, that's great, but can you just put the bins out? And you're like, hang on, I really need help here. And you're not actually helping. That's not how you treat something you love. And Daniel Levy is treating something he quote unquote loves. And this is his, you know, we got our Tottenham back and well, it's ours. And he's treating something that he loves in such a way. If I can't stress enough how bonkers this situation is. Yeah, just shut up, Jamie O'Hara. Why am I seeing him on my Twitter? I do not follow him. Why am I seeing him on my Twitter? The man thinks he speaks for Spurs. Get Ange out. Get Levy out. Shut up. Jesus Christ. Hull City away next season. We will be there. Whilst in Champions Leagues, we'll win the Europa League, no doubt, but we'll be there. As someone who grew up with a club for this chat and yourself, I can't imagine how upset you are. I'm sorry, Andy. It's not your fault, dude. It's Jacob's all right. It's not your fault. It's crazy thing. I like the New England Patriots, right? It's an American football team. I like the New England Patriots. And we had 2 decades of success. We were the best team for 2 decades, basically, right? And, you know, the franchise and the club were always trying to spend money, always trying to find, you know, how to get some players for this position. Can we get any more here? Let me trade some picks, blah, 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 right? Last season, we were the 4th worst team in the NFL, right? We sacked the manager there, and then we made an absolute crap load of changes. The season hasn't finished. We already made crazy amounts of changes that you would have to say, yeah, next season, the Patriots probably at least double their win tally from 3 to 6, easy. They're probably going to be closer to 9 than they are 3, right? They've got loads of money that they will spend. Last time they had loads of money in the cap space, they spent it. It wasn't them being scared about spending money. They spent the money. It's completely different about this club. So yes, you're more than welcome to be Ange out. Not a problem with it. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. I'm not going to tell you that that's not the right way to think. You're more than welcome to have your opinion. And you're more than welcome to say that you don't like a certain player. Because it's your opinion. You're entitled to it. But I will very much not be paying attention to those comments. My focus is 100% on the common denominator to all of our issues. I'm going to be hell-bent on this now. And yeah, maybe it will lose me some followers, lose me some subscribers. And yeah, maybe, you know, it's not what you want. Some of you just want to turn up and listen. Oh, we're signing a player. And that's what Daniel Levy wants. Daniel Levy wants, and they'll probably sign a player early next week. So Monday, obviously, is tomorrow. They'll probably sign a player early next week, so it'll get people back on their side again, and it'll buy them some good faith with the players. And I'm not falling for it. And I won't have you guys in the comments and you guys watching fall for it either. We're going to be on this. We're going to be dedicated to really paying attention to what's happening at this club, because what's happening right now is unacceptable. It's neglect. It's like having a child and deciding, yeah, to support it, you need to feed it, water it, all those things. And we're not. And we're not. So, yes, you're more than welcome to be however you feel. Dean, you've sent something in the Discord, have you? Can you send the link of it, Dean, if possible, as well, mate? That'd be brilliant. But yeah, my last point, sorry, then I'm going to head off because I'm going to go enjoy the evening. Hang on, Andrew said something. He was asked, will you still be Spurs manager when all the injured players come back? He said, who knows? I'm sure there will be a fair chunk that say no, but I don't feel isolated as the players are giving everything to this club, and I've got a great staff also doing the same. Who knows? I'm sure there'll be a fair chunk that say no, but I don't feel isolated as the players are giving everything for this club. I've got great staff also doing the same. Yeah, I don't think the players have given up. I don't think the players have thrown in the towel for Ange, by the way. I'm not one of those people. Reading into that, without slagging off the higher ups, he's unofficially slagging them off there. I think we're going to be in for a very interesting week ahead. I don't think he'll be sacked. The reason, by the way, I don't think he'll be sacked, and it's not because I don't want him to be sacked or I do want him to be sacked. The reason why I don't think he'll be sacked is because of the Carling Cup, the League Cup, due to us having success in it so far, and the Europa League situation. It's the only reason why I don't think he'll be gone. Do I think he should be gone? Do I think he should be staying? It's not relevant now in this situation. I think he has to win it against Elfsborg. And then if he doesn't, he's gone. Won't that be typical? Elfsborg is what, the 31st of January? I think 30th or the 31st. 30th or 31st. One of the two, right? The window's pretty much done. The window's pretty much done at that point. And won't it be typical? You sack the manager right at the end of the window. You got nobody in, and you're twerking about players come back from injury. Welcome to Daniel Levy's Tottenham. It's hell. It's hell. But anyway, we shall see. Look, I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna go clear my mind, get some fresh air, and basically not open Twitter tonight. I'm not gonna be looking at Spurs and stuff. I'm gonna take my mind off. I'm gonna watch some NFL football. That's what I'm gonna do. But look after yourselves, everyone. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy the afternoon, morning, wherever you are in the world. Enjoy it all. And we'll be back tomorrow maybe to speak about Spurs. We shall see. But take care, everyone. I'll see you all then. Take care. Peace.